And as a reminder, everything here is an option. You can get off the bus at any stop and make this yours. Please take care of you. As we settle in here together, I invite you to check in with your energy level. If you have extra energy, you can remain standing as you see me now, or choose to find a chair or a comfortable seat on your mat, and I'll meet you there soon. As we settle more, I invite you to notice your breath. You could choose to bring one or both hands to your body, maybe on your belly or your heart or both. And see if you can notice the rise and fall as you allow your breath to come and go, maybe for 3 to 5 cycles. Notice where there's a rise and a fall with each breath. And as you choose to become a little more intentional with your breathing, I invite you to join me for belly breathing or Ujjayi breath, ocean breath. We'll do this by bringing our attention to the belly on the inhale, especially working hard at using the strong diaphragm to draw the breath to the bottom of the lungs and then fill up almost like a vessel of water. So if you're placing your hands on your belly and heart, you might notice your lower hand will rise first with your inhale. Even if it feels a little backwards, you can give it a try. And then reverse everything for the exhale, creating a kind of ocean wave, no matter how subtle. It's okay if you don't notice this sensation. It's a little bit of a brain connection to make either way. You might begin to notice the sound of your breath on the back of your throat, the space between your ears, almost like an iron steaming up, or the sound you would make if you were to clean your sunglasses. As we continue this belly breathing, I invite you to stay right where you are, or join me at a wall or a couch, bed, bench, ledge of any kind. It doesn't matter what height. You can adjust how you need to. First option at the wall is to bring both forearms and handprints to it, maybe in front of your shoulders. And it doesn't matter how wide your imaginary railroad tracks might be as you place your hands on your wall. I invite you then to bend at the hips as you walk your feet back in space away from your wall, okay? So your hands and forearms are going to stay glued to the wall, and your legs are going to step back in space as you hinge at the hips and allow your belly to droop. Okay, you'll notice some weight on your back. You can bend your knees as much as you would like for your hamstrings, for your back, whatever might be calling for it. So I wanted to show you that from the side, and then I'll demonstrate at the ledge in a moment. So bear with me, my tail will appear in the frame for a moment. Just want to show you how this looks. As you step your feet back, you might drag your hands down the wall. You can bend your knees and allow your legs to lengthen, almost like you would in downward facing dog. And see if you can notice that sensation of your belly filling up like a balloon as you breathe in. And continue to breathe wherever you'd like, whether it's at a wall or where you started, or join me at a ledge or bed or couch as I show you here. Again, you have the option of coming onto your hands or your forearms and hands like you did at the wall. Okay, so it might depend on where you're supporting yourself. So again, we'll hinge at the hips and step the legs back, step the feet back, reach back with the tail and let the belly droop, let the belly sag, let the belly be soft as you breathe in. And if you find you have stepped too far backward, go back where you came from. Return to a place that feels supportive as you explore your breath here. It might feel strange to let your belly sag and be soft, especially if you spend a lot of time kind of worried about drawing it in to try to look fit. See if you can let those thoughts go. Just notice them and decide what happens next. Maybe exploring your breath, letting your belly sag, letting your tail rise, letting your back begin to create a cow posture here. We'll try this on the mat soon with a cat opposite, but first we're just exploring the breath. Thanks for coming along for whatever option you may have chosen, and any skeptical thoughts or questions or curiosities that might have come up, you can notice those as you continue to tune in to your breath. I invite you to find an easy seat, whatever that means for you. Bring a chair, make your way to the floor. I'll meet you there. I invite you to take a few breaths wherever you've landed in your seat, wherever you're comfortable on your mat. Notice the places your body connects with the earth. Maybe your toes or the soles of your feet. Maybe the tops of your feet if you're kneeling like I am. Maybe your shins or your sitting bones on the back of your pelvis. Those bony points that allow you to be rooted to the floor. Notice the length of your spine. Choose to shrug your shoulders, roll them back and down. Maybe lengthen your breath and notice the sound as you lift your crown towards the sky. Choose to reach hands down towards the earth. Maybe let them rest there or in your lap. Continue to notice your breath. Maybe your thoughts too, allowing both to be steady. Wherever you are, you might reach for one of your feet. Notice the sensation of touch as you choose to bring your fingertips wherever might be comforting on your foot. Maybe massaging like kneading dough, making small circles with your thumbprint perhaps, or simply squeezing the arch of your foot, noticing the temperature of your hand. Notice any areas of tension or tenderness. And choose to find your other foot whenever you're ready, reaching maybe with the other hand, the other thumbprint, exploring all the different complex parts of the foot that maybe carries you around all day. Maybe you bring it along for the ride. Notice any differences between sides, again, honoring any tenderness or tension. You might notice the temperature of your fingertips, so if they touch each of your toes. Or again, you might squeeze the arch of your foot with your whole hand, like a hug. Wherever you are, I invite you to find maybe the fronts of your knees with your fingertips, whether kneeling or sitting crisscross. Or you could choose to connect your palms with your lap. Use that connection to lift your heart as you breathe in, allowing your belly to draw forward, allowing your sternum to lift towards the sky, maybe lifting your chin. And then reverse this motion. Exhale, moving from the ground up, rounding as you tuck your tail, Sending your lumbar spine into the posterior plane, making space between your shoulder blades. Maybe reaching forward with your fingertips and arms extended as you tuck your chin, rounding your back for cat pose. I'll move to show this from the side and allow you to continue moving with your breath, exploring that ocean wave, both of your spine and the sound of your breath in the back of your throat. So breathing in to grow tall, lifting up towards the sun. Exhale to round from your tail up to your crown. Moving with your breath. Choose to continue this way as long as feels good for your spine today. That may be the rest of our time together, and that's just fine. You might choose to join me for some neck rolls, maybe looking left and right. There's no correct range of motion, just explore what's working for you today. Choosing to honor the edge, not shifting or pressing past any points of pain. Inhaling to look one direction. Exhaling to look the other. Maybe pausing to begin another inhale to shift. As you find neutral again, you might choose to look up and down, nodding yes. Letting your face become heavy and then light. Pairing your breath with your movement in a way that feels natural. You might begin to draw circles with your nose, circles of any size. Maybe changing the direction of rotation. Maybe making the circles a little bigger. And as you find neutral, choose to take 3 nourishing breaths. If you'd like to join me for a mudra to set a theme for our practice going forward, a mudra is just a gesture. It's like a yoga pose for our hands that lets us hold an idea and return to it again and again in moving practice or in meditation, or even just in your mind's eye. I've been working with Garuda mudra or eagle gesture. If you'd like to join me, you might open both palms wide facing you, and then cross both hands in front of you and bend your thumbs so that the thumbprints can catch in the center. And you'll notice your hands look kind of like a bird with your fingers extended in opposite directions. You could choose to let them float in front of you as you admire this shape and continue to breathe, considering the idea of courage associated with this bird of prey, this eagle or hawk. Another option could be to rest your mudra, your gesture on your heart, maybe pitter-pattering your fingertips like a heartbeat, or from left to right, or one at a time. Finding your breath, noticing where your body is in space. Can you think tall thoughts